is what is up, man? What is going on, man? We are back in the building. Shout out to Erica, shout out to Shawnee, Daja, Ryan, everybody out there. Dave for no compromise. Hey man, I'm trying not to laugh, man, but this is a great podcast today. This is the best podcast I think I'm gonna ever do. Yes, because this is beautiful, ain't it? The spirit of Ogun and the ancestors jumped into the spirit and body of all those foundational black Americans in Alabama. Oh man, I can't wait. Let's get into it, man. Hey, shout out to everybody out there. If you're at the Court Plantation, I suggest you tune in today, because this is going to be a quick one, but this is going to be fun. I'm sorry, I shouldn't be laughing, but this shit is going to be fun, man. Let's get into it. Oh, man. Here, man, I'm going to try to play some audio, man, of let's see what happened. Hold on, I'm playing the audio of what's going on. And what I'm playing is the audio of the brawl in Alabama and how these suspected white supremacists thought that they were going to jump and bully a black security guard. And what ended up happening is, what you hear is, you saw the spirit of Ogun, the ancestors, got involved. And you saw people, you know, it was at first you looked like, and look at this white lady fighting with it just, wow. Oh, that's all they wanted to show. See, I thought this was going to show something else. That's all they wanted to show. Let's see what else we can find. And I'll explain. Let's see what New York Times has to say. All right. Oh, no. I want to know who's going to speak on it. Full video. No, we don't need. All right. Nobody's going to speak on it, huh? Okay, here, let's go. Let's see what CNN has to say. Then I'll give you my. Are they going to just show the video?
An altercation on a Montgomery, Alabama boat dock over the weekend between a group of white boaters and a black employee escalated into a massive brawl that resulted in multiple arrests. Montgomery Mayor Stephen Reed is calling for justice to be served for attacking a man who was doing his job.
It's an unfortunate incident, and it's something that we're investigating right now.
Yeah, it's unfortunate for them white motherfuckers that got their asses whooped. That's what they get.
We'll continue to go through that process before we take any additional steps.
It all began when the black employee was trying to clear the dock space.
Now, let's rewind it, because he said it all began when the black person just doing his job.
And when the black employee was trying to clear the dock space where the Riverside cruise, the Harriet II, normally docks. The cruiser was about to return to shore and needed its space to dock.
You know, just doing his job. And for some reason, they didn't like it. They didn't want to move the boat.
Exactly. Here, let me break this down to y'all. David, James, we got to do it. We got to do a live now, bro. Let me know when y'all free. We got to do one. This is what happens in the system of racism and white supremacy. They do what they want to do. And they feel like there's no repercussions because they've been doing what they want to do for years. The Kyle Rittenhouse effect. You know, the whole, hey, well, I'm white and it's my system and I'm going to do what the fuck I want to do anyway.
And he decided to get physical with him.
You can see in the video the black employee on the dock arguing with one of the men from the pontoon boat, and then another shirtless white man charging at the employee and hitting him in the face. Soon after that, you can see several others join in on the attack of the dock employee. In some of the video, which has gone viral with millions of views, people on the boat can be heard yelling for someone to go help the employee. Then at one point, you can see a young man who has jumped off the boat, swimming ashore to help.
Shout out to that brother who jumped out the boat, swam over there to help that brother. See, man, that made me so happy and so excited. That's what you're supposed to do. You don't just sit there and let a man get jumped on. See what is happening right now is we are establishing a code, as Neely Fuller Jr. talks about. There's a code that's being established. And motherfucking foundational Black Americans, we getting tired of the bullshit. And now it's going to start waking people up. And I think enough black folk was like, you know what? I'm sick of this shit. No, enough is enough. So here, let's rewind it again.
See a young man who has jumped off the boat, swimming ashore to help the man who is being attacked.
The boat got closer, the guys and the crew members and everybody got off, and that's when it happened. That's the reason why when they got off the boat, they came right to that smaller boat.
And that's when more fighting ensues, turning into an all-out brawl that included several people getting hit over the head with a folding chair. Soon after, officers started trying to take control, handcuffing people in the fight.
You know, they were the antagonists of the whole situation. Arrest them, because unfortunately, when things happen, people of color are the first to be put in handcuffs.
Yes, ma'am. We are the first to be put in handcuffs. And as we can see, the dominant society, once again, thinking that above the law and beyond reproach, like referees in NBA, and they feel like they can't make mistakes and they're never wrong in this situation, and they were totally wrong, and they got disciplined for that. And they went, and for once, foundational Black Americans went oops upside the head, said oops upside the head. And that's exactly how they're supposed to do. And if I was that security guard, I would press charges against each and every one of those assailants.
Many questions remain about the melee that appeared to be very much split across racial lines.
We are fully engaged, and we are doing...
No, it's called we're going to protect what matters most, and we're not going to allow you to bully a 50-year-old security guard trying to do his job.
all of our due diligence to find out exactly what took place.
Wow. Look, let me tell you something. I thought it was hilarious. I saw it the first time I saw it on Twitter. I didn't see the whole thing. I just was like, damn, why are they jumping that brother like that? Like, that's out of line. Like, why are they doing that to that brother? Like, they wrong for that. But then, as I watched more of it, I was like, wow. You know what I mean? Here, let's see if we get another interview. I want to get as many people as possible on here so we can talk about it. I'm just waiting to see how long this commercial is going to be. But I love it. The thing that I love is that we protect what matters most. They could have really injured that security guard. It was like 5 or 6 of them, and they could have really injured him. You know what I mean? And that was dangerous. You know, they could have done a lot of things to injure him. Hold on, let's go. Let's see.
These riverfront saying it never should.
Hold on, we're going to listen to something else. Oh, no, we're going to enjoy today. Oh, yeah, we're going to enjoy it today.
Happened. Videos of the incident went viral. The person recording this one telling NBC News it started because a pontoon boat was blocking the spot where the riverboat she was on needed to dock. She says the crewmen from her boat disembarked, and you see the fight starting right there. People just running over and joining. Then it just turned into this massive all-out brawl, groups punching, shoving, kicking. At one point, someone even ends up in the water. The mayor says they are now investigating the incident.
Something that we take very seriously.
Look, they did not expect for those foundational Black Americans to do that. I know they did.
Really, as with any matter that happens throughout our city regarding public safety, we are fully engaged, and we are doing all of our due diligence to find out exactly what took place.
Let's bring in Priscilla Thompson, who's been monitoring all the latest developments. Priscilla, when I saw this video over the weekend, I had to rewatch it because I couldn't wrap my brain around what was actually happening.
You know what? Hey, I'm sorry, y'all. Shawnee, Philly the building, we got to get it laughing. Yeah, I know you had to rewatch it because you probably was thinking, I can't believe them people that think that them black people was going to beat their asses like that. No, what most people thought was black folks was just going to watch and record and not do anything and just, ooh, look at that. Look at how they beating up on that security guard. No, we actually took action. We possessed the powers of Ogun. The ancestors took over in that instant. That's what happened.
What do we know about what happened here and where this investigation stands?
Yeah, Ellison, very shocking video. I'll start with the investigation. At this hour, officials say that they are reviewing video of this incident and that there could be more arrest warrants that are coming. But for now, we know that investigators have issued 4 arrest warrants so far, though no arrests have actually been made. But to your point about this video and what exactly happened, witnesses say that this riverboat cruise was trying to dock, that they had repeatedly asked the owner of that pontoon to move the boat. And after no one moved the boat, that was when a crewman got off of the riverboat and began to appear to untie the pontoon. Very quickly, witnesses say the folks who that pontoon belonged to came down. There were several minutes of a very heated conversation. And then you see in that video a man shove the worker that was trying to help, and chaos ensues within seconds of that happening. I want to play a little bit of what one of the witnesses on that riverboat described in terms of how all of this unfolded. Take a listen.
We want to hear.
We were all on the boat and witnessing our poor crewmen being attacked by these guys, and we couldn't do anything about it. We were forced to be spectators. It didn't have to turn into the brawl, of course, but the brawl occurred because of the anger and the emotions and the frustration all of us were feeling.
Mm-hmm.
And what she's talking about in that last soundbite is that once the riverboat docks, it appears that you see several people running off the boat, running over to the pontoon. A man punches the man who was on the pontoon, and then we see the fighting erupting again. This time, there appear to be more than a dozen people involved. At one point, a woman is thrown into the water. There is also footage appearing to show someone being hit by a chair. So just an incredibly disturbing event. And as you mentioned, the mayor is now speaking out about this. I want to play a little bit of what he said, or read a little bit of what he said in a statement, saying the Montgomery Police Department acted swiftly to detain several reckless individuals for attacking a man who was doing his job. Warrants have been signed and justice will be served. Those who chose violence will be held accountable by our criminal justice system. And one of the conversations that we're seeing happening online is people noting the racial dynamics of this situation, that it was a black worker and appeared to be a group of white folks when this altercation began. Police were asked today if they were reviewing this as a potentially racially charged incident. They declined to say if they were or were not, but said that they are continuing to investigate.
Oh, man. Doesn't it just, look, don't y'all just, look, come on. You ain't felt this good since you watched they clone Tyrone. Look, let me tell you something. This is what happens when you keep poking and prodding and poking and fucking with people and just doing sucker shit. See, what you saw was the frustrations of the ancestors, the frustrations of the newer generation, the frustrations of the older generation, mixed, boiled into a nice big pot of gumbo with the formula of kick-ass. And oops upside your head. And that's what you saw. Now, with that being said, I'm guaranteeing a lot of people are going to think twice before they start fucking with black security guards at these jobs. Because this is going to spark a whole new vision across the United States of America Incorporated. And what I mean by this is, you better leave black folk alone and stop fucking with black folk when they're just trying to do their job. I mean, I'm talking about your FedEx drivers, your UPS drivers, all that. Black folk, your Amazon drivers. Black folk can't even do delivery jobs without some white person from the dominant society wanting to grill them and ask them where they from and pick and prod and push them and do all this sucker shit. Man, we getting tired of that shit. And that was the aftermath of our frustrations. See, sometimes the ancestors and us, we will channel that energy from the ancestors. And the ancestors will jump into our body and possess our body to do what needs to be done. And that's what needed to be done. You can say it wasn't racially motivated, but I highly doubt those foundational Black Americans would have jumped in it if they didn't feel like that brother was being treated unfairly and being done and being mistreated. And let me tell you, I highly doubt that if it was a white security guard, that the dominant society would have jumped on him like that. They wouldn't have done that. They just wouldn't have done that. But this is what happens when you live in the system of racism and white supremacy. And we are trying to establish a system of justice, and that was justice for your ass. And that's what you get with your bitch ass. So, oh well. And now, if we can only channel that energy so people could stop taking up for Eminem and let Eminem fight his own battles, that's the only thing I want to do. I'm so sick of everybody, Dr. Dre included. I'm beyond disappointed in a way because, okay, I get it, Dr. Dre. I understand you have white friends, and that's not the point. The point is, hey, man, there's a conversation that needs to be had where you like, look, bro, look, man, it's very difficult for us. And maybe sometimes you need to be easy and think about what you say because, you know, you are in a culture that's dominated by Black folk, and just because you sell a lot of records don't mean that you're an elite lyricist and you're better than everybody else. That's why Dr. Dre and 50 Cent and Fat Joe and all that, of course they gonna jump on Eminem's side because everybody wants to be on the right side of right. Shout out to the game. At least the game did this. Some people could say it was college haze. They can say whatever the fuck they want. I challenge people to go listen to the game's diss. Listen to the whole record. And I hope he responds. I tweeted the game. I said, please respond to this nincompoop. Please respond. I'm so sick. Oh, man. This is not about rap. This is about protecting our culture. Because when you diss a white, dominant society Jewish person, you're fucking with them all. You're not just dealing with one Jewish person. You're dealing with the whole society. And we need to be the same way. And then motherfuckers will stop doing the sucker shit. Hey, man. Shout out to the ancestors for doing what they need to do. You already know what it is. You know what it ain't. Dave from No Compromise. Go check out his podcast. Go check out everything he do on IG. Jerry's Young Blood. We need to have a live just on those two topics. The Alabama shit and the Eminem shit. You already know what it is. I'm out. Guilty, nigga.